Hey everybody, this is Dwight Peters from quarterwaters.com, the site for social entrepreneurs, where we discuss issues, impacts, and share real business tips. If you're watching this program, it's because you want to change the world through the power of business. You came to the right spot. Now, in today's program, I have with us the founder of People Water, Cody Barker. People Water is a social enterprise where for every bottle purchased, People Water will give an equal amount of clean water to a person in need. Cody, welcome to the program, man.
Good to be here, man. I like what you're doing here. I love that you asked me to do this. I'm excited, man.
Nah, no, dude, I have to, man. Like I told you in the pre-interview, we're just really trying to create a hub of just forward-thinking people, real change makers that are, putting their money where their mouth is, and creating a
Yeah.
real sustainable business that's helping people. And you guys fit the mold. Share with my viewers. Well, I'm so sorry. Share my viewers exactly what People Water is. I just read a little something off of your Twitter page, but I know it gets deeper than that. What is People Water to you?
Yeah. People Water, plain and simple, is a bottled water company, but for every bottle that's purchased, we donate an equal amount of clean water to a person in need. And how we do that is through building wells in developing countries. So
Awesome,
that's,
man.
that's the simple version.
Nah, if you want to elaborate, we could go on. Or
Yep. Yeah, we one of the big differences between us and other bottled water companies is we use a product called Enzo, which is a additive that they add into the plastic, which makes our bottles biodegrade in 1 to 3 years, which is astonishing. Comparing that most bottles will not even start to decompose or biodegrade within 70 years. So that's a big thing. Is that one, we give drop for drop, and then also our bottles are biodegradable. So we're not only trying to help people in other countries, but we're trying to help the earth.
also the environment, reducing your
Yep.
carbon footprint. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think what you guys are doing is awesome, man. I just had on the other day. Man, he's going to Daniel Flynn. So sorry, Daniel Flynn from wow, why am I slipping? I'm totally forgetting the name of the company. Man, if Daniel's watching this, he's going to probably kill me, man. But I just had, and I know the name's gonna hit me anyway. I just had on another social entrepreneur, Daniel Flynn. He's based out in Australia, and they had a bottled water company as well, and they're doing the same thing. It seems like more and more young entrepreneurs are tackling this bottled water industry in a proactive way. What brought you and your team, to start this?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think for me, at least, because there was two of us. There was me and my other partner, Jeff. And what happened is I was more on the charity side. I wanted to always help. I had like a desire to help people and to change the world in a positive way, but never really knew, what I could do to do that.
Yeah,
It's really hard, trying to think of ways how you can help other than in small ways. But we wanted to do something big, and my partner Jeff, his uncle actually owned a bottling plant. So we're like, well, why don't we start out with something easy? What we thought, is starting out with bottled water, but
that's
we
easy.
had a rude awakening, over the last year and a half of how hard it's actually been and how difficult. But we're that was our desire mainly. First and foremost was to help people, but also to create a business that not only helped people but was sustainable. Not asking people to, not really creating a charity to where we ask people to donate money or to change anything, but to just, when they buy bottled water, to buy our water. So that
Simply.
was,
Mhm.
yeah, yeah,
So giving people that option, to help and still get the convenience of their bottled water anyway.
yeah.
Awesome. And Daniel, if you're watching this, the name of their company is called Thank You Water, and they're based out in Australia. But all right, so you had that compelling feeling in you that you wanted to help people, and it just so happened that you guys had resources where you guys can actually get the water bottled. What was the next step? So you guys go from
Well,
idea to execution. How did it build up?
yeah, it was pretty intricate how we started, but also really simple at the same time. We just started just having these small meetings at a local school by us, where we just sit there and meet and discuss ideas and go through, kind of what we want to do. But then we got an original investment of like 20 grand from my friend's dad, and that was able to get us samples, get us some labels, and basically just get us off the ground. But we started here in Utah, and we did our first big deal was the Sundance Film Festival. I'm sure you're familiar with that. We launched up there at the Bing Bar, which is, Microsoft sponsored that. And it's kind of a funny story. We had they wanted 3,000 bottles, but we only had 1,500 bottles.
Yeah.
So we're like, we were really premature, but we just kind of shotgunned everything and got up there, gave them a bunch of bottles, sponsored this bar, had a good response from it until they wanted the other 1,500 bottles, and we weren't able to provide. But so we just we gave them a bunch of bottles instead of having them buy it. But
how did you guys get that initial contact? How did that opportunity even come about?
Well, I grew up snowboarding and stuff in Utah, so I was always up at Park City, and I just had a really close friend that actually does gift bags for all celebrities and all events up there. So,
all right.
Yeah, that was the initial contact. But since then, I mean, last year we did it big. We sponsored 4 or 5 bars up there and a couple concerts. We had the Wiz Khalifa and Drake up there at the Bing Bar this year, so that was cool for us.
Awesome, man. Awesome. All right, so you guys get that first shot and that first experience, even though coming up short 1,500 bottles. What was the next step in that?
After that, we actually took a step back because, we were naive in the fact of the bottled water industry and what was going on and how big it actually was, but also naive in the fact of how big of an idea that we had and how much, we were onto something. Because we had these simple bottles, they were a little different than the ones we have now, and so it actually made us take a step back and realize, whoa, man, like we got something good here, so we need to rebrand, we need to change everything and make it, get a clear message of what we're doing. So, yeah, man, I mean that totally was the next step, is just to change what we had already had and think a lot bigger than where we were at that time.
And what were the key things that you guys needed to change? Was it the message you were portraying, or just from a physical standpoint, the physical bottle, or what exactly made you guys take that step back?
Okay. Yeah, the name was the same. We were always People Water, and the logo was the same, but the bottle was just designed a little different. So we changed the bottle mold, and then also changed the label a little bit to convey our message, because it was really long on the bottle, and then now it's, I don't know if you probably can't see, but it's really short, really simple. It says, for every bottle purchased, People Water will give an equal amount of clean water to a person in need. So it's really short and concise now. And then we also added the QR code on there. Got to do a shout out to Scan app, scan.me. That's our provider for the Scan app, but they're doing big things over there, so they've helped us a lot.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Let's talk a little bit about the issue and why you guys decided that this was the right one. What introduced you to it? And speak to my viewers that don't know the issue behind what you guys are doing.
Yeah, there's the biggest statistic that I heard that shocked me and really motivated me to do everything was that there's over almost a billion people that don't have access to clean water. And when I first heard that, I'm only 26, and at the time I didn't really understand. I was like, what do you mean over 1 billion people don't have access to clean water?
Yeah.
It didn't make any sense, coming from a bigger city, being able to have water anytime I want, have the water that was in my toilet was cleaner than most water people had, so that was a big deal for me. And then as I started researching more, we got into different types of NGOs like Charity Water. They were a big help to us in the beginning. They had a lot of statistics that were correct, and were just building a lot of awareness. Water.org was a big one. And then we started getting into some other ones that we've actually worked with, which are Blue Planet Network and Generosity Water, Drop in the Bucket. All these charities it was a shock to me how many different NGOs there were that were addressing this problem. And so for us, we became more motivated when we heard statistics like every 19 seconds a child dies from water-related disease, and ones like water-related disease kills more people every year than all forms of violence, including war. But these are all just detrimental things to me, thinking that, that many people are dying each day because they can't get water. And it was so easy for us here in the United States, and for all the blessings that we have to help make a difference. So, that's been our true motivation through the whole thing. I mean, we're for sure not a charity, but we're a for-profit business that wants to help. So the issue is huge. I mean, and we're just trying to build awareness either through our bottle or through the messages that we convey on Facebook, Twitter, all statistics leading to this water-related,
Yeah,
based
no,
pandemic.
no,
It's huge.
definitely, man. So how do you guys tell us about the first time? I did see the video on your guys on your website. When was your first trip out to a place that water was not available?
Well, we started selling water, like I was saying, in middle of November of
Hmm.
2011, and we went out over New Year's going into the 2012 to Nicaragua, to a little village called Taquazel. Um, Really remote, really far up in the mountains up there in Nicaragua. We went up there, and man, I've traveled a little bit, but I've never seen anything like that. Like, the people there literally had nothing.
Yeah,
Um, some of the stories I have there are so crazy as to like what the people had and how generous they were. But to see their lack of water and sanitation was just, after focusing on that for the last year, it was hard to see, these people that are sick, little babies, little kids. But we got up there. We had some problems. We had our well truck broke down twice on the way up there, so we were about 2 days behind schedule. They actually had to tow the truck up there with another truck. We helped push this truck. It was an amazing experience. But to see like all the support that people had to get clean water was like, man, that trip, that'll motivate me forever. I seriously want to do this the rest of my life.
awesome, man.
It's so cool, man. When we hit water, the people just freaked out and were like, almost dancing around. It was so cool, man.
Now, you didn't have any business background, did you?
Not really. And that sucks to say, but yeah, I did landscaping my whole life with my dad. Like,
Yeah.
I learned a lot from him. The way to treat people and the way to treat employees and how to work hard. So
Nah,
I've
I don't think
but
it sucks at all, man. And that's the whole issue. That's the whole mission behind what I'm doing here at Quarter Waters is that you don't need experience per se. What you need is that passion, like the same passion that you're now showing. That's what you really need. And then, just do the research and things will start to fall in place. What has been the biggest challenge so far for People Water? I know you guys, fairly new, just started, it's safe to say, but so far, what has been the biggest challenge?
um, I wanna kind of go back to what you were saying about not having business experience, and
Cool.
I totally agree, man. I mean, like I said, it sucks to most people because they think, oh, well, this guy, it's not a credible business. But I totally feel you on the fact that it's all based on drive and getting those right people involved, and we've definitely done that. And so, back to your question of what's been the hardest thing, I think for us, just been trying to tap into this huge market. I mean, we're going up against Coke, Pepsi. I mean, that's the biggest. It's one of the biggest markets in the world, biggest companies in the world. Um, and that honestly has been the hardest part, just trying to link up with distributors and get into the right stores. We're trying to build the brand in the right way. We've targeted a lot of action sports, athletes, and different things because we feel that's a perfect market for. There's no water company in there. Plus, it's all about energy drinks and these things that are kind of harsh on our bodies. But yeah, I think just figuring out where we want to go next, what cities we want to start to penetrate and get in. So yeah, man, it's a big ordeal.
Nah, man, keep grinding, man. What
Yep.
advice would you share? Any other advice you would share with, social entrepreneurs that are watching this program and they want to get started as well?
Um, I would tell them to check out creativevisions.org. A good friend of mine, I don't know if you know her, I suggest you do an interview with her. Her name's Kathy Eldon. Her son's Dan Eldon. He was stoned to death in Africa. Uh, just a photojournalist out there that did amazing things. And back to your question, I learned so much from her over the last year, just listening to her and how she is so positive about, creating a difference in the world. And for those who are listening, it's all about drive. It's all about motivation. If you can find what fuels you, then you can't be stopped. And that's what we found here at People Waters. We just keep going because we know every little progress we make helps those people in need. So the more bottles we sell, the more water we can give. So yeah, that's my biggest advice, is just to keep pushing and don't listen to the haters. Everybody has something bad to say about you no matter what. Yeah. I'm sure you feel me on that.
Dude, hey, so let's speak on that a little bit. What was some of the pushback that you guys received?
Well, the biggest pushback's been just for the plastic bottles in general. Like a lot of people are, just have had a lot of negative things to say about the bottled water industry. Yeah. I know there's a bunch of documentaries out there. But for us, I just want everyone to know that we are trying. I mean, we have biodegradable bottles. We're trying to get our caps biodegradable. We're trying to get our boxes recyclable and everything. Like, we're on our way there. We just, we're definitely on that. Yeah, I mean, we haven't been around too long, but we're pushing towards those things, and we spend quite a bit of money on these biodegradable bottles. We could save quite a bit of money if we just did
regular
normal PET, but the biodegradable helps.
Nah, so. Man, I personally applaud you guys because I know how big the bottled water industry is, and for you guys to get pushback on that because you guys are using a plastic bottle, one, it's biodegradable, and two, consumers we also have to look at our consumer habits. We're the ones buying these plastic bottles. Yeah. America alone uses over 50 billion water bottles a year. So the fact that you guys are tapping into the market and also using that same monster, quote unquote, to bring relief to people in need is very innovative, man. And I think it's awesome, man. That's why I had to have you guys on the program.
Yeah, thank you, man. I appreciate that, because for people to see that, that's exactly what we want to see, is that we're trying to make a difference in plastics and what we use. And, if we can figure out cheaper ways to do that and penetrate the market harder, then we'll do it, And I think the whole overarching message is that creating a business that's sustainable and helping people. So if we can do that, man, I think we're on the right track.
Man, I think you guys are on it, man. Keep doing it. Cody, am I leaving anything out?
I'm single.
Ladies, he's single. Hit him up. There just we kidding. Go, man.
Yeah, I think just, follow us on Twitter, Facebook. We're doing some cool stuff. We got some viral videos coming out where we are just highlighting the average American, also along with bull riders and wakeboarders, snowboarders, skateboarders, the average stay-at-home mom, everybody's people. That's what we're about. So, People Water.
Dude, man, keep it going, man. Ladies and gentlemen, Cody Barker, the founder of People Water. Cody, thanks for coming on the program, man.
Yeah, man. Thank you, Dwight.